everybody, Bob with Knives Town here. Today we're going to take a look at a cold steel knife. It's one of their redesigns. It's the redesign of the Recon. The Recon has been just a very popular knife for cold steel, and recently they've redesigned the Recon as well as some of the other knives, the Voyager. They're just updating them and improving them. And this is the new redesigned Recon that features the Triad Lock and some other features. It's a welcome new improvement. We'll take a look at it. Ships in bubble wrap for protection. And there we go. It also arrives with another pocket clip, which is the clip for the reverse side. They're not interchangeable due to the shape of the handle, so you do get a pocket clip for the other side. All right, let's take a look at this here. Like I say, this is the redesign of the very popular Tanto knife, Recon knife, and this particular model is the Tanto version. Cold Steel has remained with the G10 handle, the deeply checkered G10 handle. I'm glad of that, because that has always been one of the great draws, one of the great features of this knife. It's got thick, deeply checkered G10, so that you'll go far to find a better handle than that. So they've retained that. You can see the thickness is there. And they have redesigned the grip of the handle. We'll take a look at that also. There's the profile. Technical specs on this knife are 4-inch blade of AUS 8A steel. It's 3.5 millimeters thick, and it does have a Teflon coating on it, that black Teflon coating, which of course, as you know, is to protect the blade and enhance its function. It reduces shine and glare. Although I guess I could make it shine in this highly lit environment I'm in right now. And it's a hollow ground blade, and as I did say, the handle is G10. Let's take a close-up look at that blade. One of the things that I always look for in a knife blade when I'm thinking about buying it is I try to think about ease of resharpening. You know, how easy is this blade going to be to maintain? And what I usually look for is for there to be a flat spot on the blade near the spine here, which is because I typically use a clamp system like a Lansky or Blade Master in order to resharpen my knives. So I'm always looking for a flat spot here where I can put that clamp. If you've got a blade that's fully flat ground from the spine to the edge, then really, there's no flat piece. You can clamp it with the clamp, but the blade will wobble this way because it's only really gripping onto the edges of the spine in that type of a situation. But in a knife like this, you can see it's got these flats here, so a clamp could be fixed right onto that and hold that blade good and solid as you're doing your resharpening. So I always kind of look for that when I'm thinking about a knife, and this knife, of course, would certainly fill that bill. It has a great Tanto point, and I love the Tanto point myself. It's great for piercing, and it retains great strength. Look at the blade here. It retains its full thickness all the way down to the very tip. So you've got a strong spine there supporting that blade all the way to the edge, and you've got a very sharp penetrating tip there. So you've got really the best of all worlds here. You've got great penetration, and then down here you've got a lot of space there for all kinds of cuts. And of course, as far as cutting goes, yeah, it is just as sharp as you could possibly make a knife. And that's what we've come to expect from Cold Steel. That's the way they make their knives, just razor sharp. And this one is no exception. It's, you know, the weight of it is, it's a good weight. I mean, it's not, I'm not going to say it's heavy like, you know, like those overbuilt tank knives. It's not too heavy. It does have there is a semi lightness about it, but it does have weight where it matters, where it counts. It's just the right weight. It's got a good ergonomic handle here. You can see the finger grooves there. I mean, that's just great grip. I'm getting a great grip on that knife. It's got the Triad Lock, and if you've never looked at that or seen anything about the Triad Lock, it's the strongest backlock style lock that Cold Steel's ever made, designed by Andrew Demko. And Cold Steel has a video on their website of this knife, you know, being held in a vise like this, and then hanging 200 pounds off the handle. So this knife has been proven to, you know, proven. The Triad Lock itself is a proven lock, and you can hear that. Take a look at this. This has got one of the highest rises I've seen. Now, as you know, when you're looking at a backlock, the rise of the back spring is your clear indication of how deep the catch is on the blade. And look at that. That's a high rise there. See that I can't show you. I don't think I can get a good shot of it, but that blade there has a very deep catch in it, and you can see the height of that rise to prove it. When that locks up, that all went down into the back of the blade. So you've got a very strong lock there. Very strong lock. And it's a good tight one too. I mean, you've really got to put some pressure on that. That does mean that it's not a flipper. I mean, no way. I mean, if you can flip this thing open, my hat's off to you. I have to open that thing all the way with the thumb. So it's not a flicking knife. There, you can hear that lock when it engages. It does have a lanyard hole back here. As far as being a low rider, you know, you decide. That's about where it's going to hang in your pocket, like that. Considering the overall length of the knife, that's fairly low. It's a fairly low rider. The knife blade pivot is adjustable. We've got T10s here. That's a T10, and then these are T6 screws here. And as I did show you, there is a pocket clip that comes for this side if you want to install that. The screws for it are already there in the handle. There is a 6061 aluminum spacer here in the back, which adds rigidity. Okay, they took the extra step and troubled themselves to put a aluminum spacer in there, right there. So that just adds to the structural stability of this knife. This knife is I mean, this is a rugged, hard use knife. This is a worthy redesign, and I would say, I would say personally, I think I like it even better than the original. This is a great redesign. There's some jimping here on the back, but it's not really jimping. I mean, it's more for cosmetic, I think, than anything else. See Cold Steel on the blade there. Hollow ground. Cold Steel typically uses about a 25-degree edge angle on these knives. So that's what I would expect to find. There you go. The new Cold Steel Recon in Tanto point. Thanks for watching. See you again.